Welcome to the different brand of wrestling and entertainment here on YouTube.com and the World Wide Web, providing you with wrestling news, reviews, rumors, and insight you've grown accustomed to since 2010. It's your boy JC Styles, and welcome to the very first video of 2019. Happy New Year's, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys had a fun, fulfilled New Year's holiday. I know I did. And what better way to kick off the new season than with WrestleMania rumored matches. This information is being provided by Ringside News, and they're reporting that these are some matches that could possibly happen at WrestleMania or happen at WrestleMania. The first one being Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. As we all know, Seth Rollins cashed in at WrestleMania 31 during the match between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. That feud never really got finished, never really got resolved. So that could be a possibility of happening. Another match is Daniel Bryan versus Shawn Michaels. As we all know, Shawn Michaels trained Daniel Bryan, and with Shawn Michaels' return to the WWE ring, and Daniel Bryan's return to the WWE ring and turning heel as the new Daniel Bryan, could be an interesting match. I definitely think it would be a great match, to be honest with you. It'd be teacher versus student, which would be pretty sweet to see. Would it be for the WWE Championship? I don't know. I mean, they're saying that it could possibly happen, but if it does wind up being for the WWE Championship, I don't see Shawn Michaels winning it unless he wins it and then drops it on SmackDown after WrestleMania. Who knows? Another match would be a match that I would love to see. This is a match that I always, would always think about. That is AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels. Now, there was a lot of wrestlers back in the day that Shawn didn't get to scrap with. And there was a lot of matches that The Rock said that he would have loved to have had when he was in the WWE with the likes of Rey Mysterio, Shawn Michaels, and various others. And this was in past videos that The Rock had mentioned that. But that would be a stellar match to see. Those are two of my top favorites. I really started following AJ in early 2000 when he was a part of NWA TNA. I used to watch the weekly pay-per-views on the internet, and I followed them. The very first major pay-per-view that they had was Unbreakable 2005, and that was the famous triple threat match between Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, and Samoa Joe. Another match would be Elias versus Dean Ambrose, which they're stating that if Dean can hold on to the title until WrestleMania, that possibly maybe Elias can pick up the title from Dean and capture his very first WWE Championship, WWE Gold, I should say. I would like to see that, and the reason why is because I walk with Elias. I think there's a lot of people out there that walk with Elias. But I don't know, but it'd be kind of interesting to see maybe Jeff Jarrett versus Elias. Just because of the fact of the matter is that they both play guitar. They both like guitars. They both like hitting people with guitars. It'd be kind of interesting. But that's just something I thought of. That's not being reported. Neither speculated, neither will probably ever happen. But just an idea. The next match is Elias versus The Rock. A little ways back, Elias threw jabs at The Rock for playing the guitar. I think this was when they were in Miami, and this was never really. They're stating that this was never really answered by The Rock. Now there isn't really any motion or movement on this topic, on this match, moving forward. But what would kind of be interesting is if Elias comes out and he starts playing, and I'm not playing. I'm saying starts wrestling in the Royal Rumble match, and he throws someone over, and then and he's really like gloating and cheering and jumping up and down that he eliminated somebody, and then The Rock's music hits coming into the Royal Rumble, and these two kind of go at it, and Elias gets thrown over the top rope by The Rock. Be kind of interesting, maybe they could set something up like that because they have set up feuds like that in the past. And then maybe the next night on Raw, The Rock comes out and talks about why he did it, and calls out Elias, and then they challenge each other to a match at WrestleMania or something like that. It'd be kind of interesting, but again, these are just ideas that I have. But it's being stated, that he did throw jabs at The Rock about playing the guitar and things like that, but there's no real angle as of right now. But the seeds have been planted, so let's see what happens. Triple H versus Batista, another feud that says that the seeds have been planted during the SmackDown 1000 when Batista said that Triple H hasn't been able to beat Batista yet, so that could be a possibility of seeing a match. I don't really want to see it. Another match is Batista versus Randy Orton. Again, not really a match that I want to see. That would be a logical replacement against Batista, if Batista still wants to work the match at WrestleMania or a match at WrestleMania. Multi-person title match. There would probably going to be a multi-person match for the secondary title on the card. If history has told us anything, either the U.S. title or the IC Championship would be up for grabs in this kind of a match, considering that the secondary title on Raw is generally viewed as a stronger title. The U.S. title might be the one that ends up being used in this match. However, with the event like WrestleMania, you can't count out them booking multi-person matches for the big show. That's what they're saying. Sorry if I'm paraphrasing or reading off, but it's just a lot of stuff to process there. Another one would be the finals in the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament. Right now, the way it looks, and this is what Ringside News is reporting, that could be a possibility that the finals could wind up being Sasha and Bayley versus Trish and Lita. Now, I'm wondering if there's going to be tag team titles for Raw and tag team titles for SmackDown, or will the champions just, bounce back and forth between Raw and SmackDown. But that would kind of stink, because then that would kind of ruin house shows and seeing the titles defended at house shows, because Raw and SmackDown usually, I think, have their own shows. If I'm not mistaken, I haven't been to a WWE live event in a while, so I don't know how they do their house shows. I do remember back in the day during the brand split that they had separate house shows for SmackDown, separate house shows for Raw. But again, I could be wrong. Could be something different. A women's battle royal. We all remember the Fabulous Moolah battle royal was quickly changed to the women's WrestleMania battle royal. And then we'll have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. One of them most likely will be kicking off the kickoff. And then the last two matches would be Becky versus Ronda, or Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. Which, in my mind, I would rather see Becky versus Ronda. And the reason why I say that is because this is the match we should have gotten at Survivor Series. It's the match that we still want. Not to take anything away from Charlotte, but as much as I like Charlotte and she's a decorated athlete and she's a multi-time champion, I don't know. I just still can't get behind her as a wrestler. I think as much as she tries to make it in her own way, to me personally, she's almost a carbon copy of her father. But again, her in-ring ability is amazing, and I'm not taking anything away from her. But I just think that, I don't know, there's just something, I look at her and I just see her father. The way he does things in the ring and all these. But I mean, like, again, she's a natural athlete, and she's been amazing over the last few years in WWE since being on the main roster. So, I'm not taking anything away, but I would just rather see Becky versus Ronda. I think the match would be more enjoyable and more entertaining. But then again, I could be wrong, and maybe the triple threat match would be a lot better. Who really knows? So, guys, that is the last card that Ringside News is reporting. So, let me know your thoughts and comments in the description box below. Give me your comments in the comment box below. Sorry, it's been a long day. I just got off work not too long ago. But for the Effin' Brand of Wrestling and Entertainment, don't forget to like this video, share, and subscribe, and click that notification bell so you guys can be notified of all new content here at the Effin' Brand of Wrestling and Entertainment here on YouTube.com. I do want to take the time to apologize for not getting a Raw and SmackDown review up this past week. Like I said, I didn't really say it, but I was at a New Year's party Monday night, and we didn't have that on. We were watching the ball celebration, and then Thursday I was just so tired I just skipped over SmackDown and NXT. So guys, for the Effing brand of wrestling and entertainment, my name is JC Styles. Catch you later.